was working, and I was staying in her condo. And yeah, I was concerned about her smoking so much. She smoked all her life.
You were concerned about your mother's health at that time, and so you told her you should quit, right?
Yes.
So switching gears to your sister, you don't have any knowledge of your sister's feelings or beliefs about the dangers of smoking, right?
Yeah, I don't.
And you have no idea if your sister knew about the risks of smoking but chose to smoke anyways, correct?
Yeah, I guess that's correct.
And we're hearing a case about whether R.J. Reynolds, a tobacco company, is responsible for your sister's death. You have no reason to believe your sister became a regular daily smoker because of something the tobacco companies did, right?
I don't know if I can answer that.
And you have no idea if your sister smoked because of anything the tobacco companies said or did, right?
I don't know what prompted her to try her first cigarette, if that's what you mean. I suspect it was peer pressure, but I don't know.
But any time over the course of your sister's life as she was smoking, you have no idea if she smoked because of anything the tobacco companies said or did, right?
I don't know how to answer that.
If you turn to in your deposition to page 160, lines 14 through 18. Just let me know when you've gotten there.
You said 169?
160.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what lines?
Sure, 14 through 18.
Okay. Yep, I'm there.
You were asked the following question, and you gave the following answer. As far as you know, your sister did not smoke because of anything the tobacco companies said or did, right? The witness, I have no idea. Is that right? Did I read that correctly? I'm sorry?
Yeah, I wasn't in her head. I don't, how can I answer that?
Now, your sister never talked with you about cigarette advertising, correct?
Not that I recall.
And sitting here today, you have no knowledge of whether cigarette advertising impacted your sister in any way, right?
That's correct.
Based on your knowledge of your sister, you can't say that any different statements by a tobacco company would have changed her decisions about smoking, right?
I have to ask you to repeat that.
Sure. Based on your knowledge of your sister, what you observed about your sister, and who she was, sitting here today, you can't say that any different statements by a tobacco company would have changed your sister's decisions about smoking, right?
Yeah, especially given the age she started. Probably not. She was just so young.
Well, your sister never indicated to you that she blamed the tobacco companies for her smoking, right?
Yeah, true. We didn't have any discussions really about her smoking.
And so you don't know why she started smoking or what was in her mind at the time, right?
True.
So just a few more questions about your family's medical history, and, well, at least your sister's cancer. You never spoke to any of your sister's doctors, right?
Correct. I was living in Buffalo at the time.
And you don't know any symptoms your sister experienced before her cancer diagnosis, right?
I don't recall.
Just 1 second. That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You were asked if you know when your sister tried her first cigarette. Putting aside the very first cigarette, are you absolutely certain your sister was already smoking in high school?
Yes.
Your Honor.
Lay the foundation, sustain.
Yes.
Go ahead, he's going to re-ask a question. Go ahead.
Oh.
Did you observe your sister smoking when she was a high school student?
Yes.
Okay. You were asking questions about those red and white cartons in your sister's home, and whether you could recall the brand. Setting aside whether you recall the brand name, Are you sure that you saw cartons of cigarettes in her home that were red and white?
Oh,
Objection,
yeah,
Your Honor.
Overruled.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
And which home of hers was that?
That was their home in Guilderland, where I babysat for Julie.
And then you were asked some questions about your own understanding of smoking and the risks and things like that. And that you thought smoking would help keep your weight down. Do you recall testifying to that?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of cigarettes did you smoke?
I picked up a pack of Virginia Slims.
And where did you get the idea that smoking would help keep your weight down?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled, you can answer.
I remember there was at the time I saw an ad, and the woman pictured in the Virginia Slims ad was very thin and very attractive. And I don't know, it's like, I might as well try that brand.
Based on your knowledge of your sister, and you were asked some questions about whether a tobacco company could have said something to make a difference to your sister. So based on your knowledge of your sister, if a tobacco company had told her that cigarette smoke contained over or approximately 70 carcinogens, do you think that would have been important information to her?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
Sustained.
Thank you, Sue.
All right, any direct questions? All right, seeing none, you may step down. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank
your
you.
lunches are here. So let's go to the beginning of your lunch recess. Let's take about 20 minutes for lunch. Again, you're welcome to eat in the jury room. You're welcome to